Okay, so let's start with problem number 2. So let's read first the problem. So starting from rest, an elevator weighing 9,000 Newton attains an upward velocity of 5 meter per second in 4 seconds with uniform acceleration. So for letter A, which of the following most nearly gives the apparent weight of a 600 Newton man standing inside the elevator during the ascent? And letter B, which of the following most nearly gives the tension in the supporting cable? So, ayan, siguro mas maganda if i-drawing muna natin yung magiging figure natin sa problem na to. So guys, again, meron ka daw ditong elevator. Ayan. So kung saan meron siyang, ang weight ng elevator, so i-denote na lang natin as WE, is equals to 9,000 Newton. So, this elevator attains an upward velocity of 5 meter per second in 4 seconds, starting from rest. So from that, since it is indicated there that it starts from rest, so the initial velocity will be 0 meter per second, and the final velocity after 4 seconds is 5 meter per second. So ang time is 4 seconds. So from this, ito yung magiging kinematic part do sa ating solution. So, with this given, mahanap natin yung acceleration niya after 4 seconds. So, paano mo nga ulit ma-compute yung acceleration dito? So, from the 3 set of formulas na discuss nga natin before, which of those 3 yung gagamitin natin? So, I think ang pinakamagandang gamitin dyan is yung final velocity is equals to initial plus the acceleration times time. Again, you can use the other two formulas. Medyo mahaba nga lang yung solution, pero ang gawin natin, ito na lang yung ano natin para direct substitution at mahanap na agad ulit natin yung kanyang acceleration. So, final velocity of 5, so this is 0, and then plus yung unknown na acceleration times time na 4. Therefore, the acceleration after 4 seconds is 5 over 4 meter per second squared. So, again, ang kailangan natin yung acceleration na yan para ma-determine yung kanyang REF o yung reverse effective force. So, kung babasahin mo yung problem kasi, upward velocity, so we have an idea na yung movement ng elevator mo is pataas. Okay, so ang motion nito is going upward. Ayan. So, ano nga hinahanap for letter A? So, I think we can now solve for letter A. So, which of the following most nearly gives the apparent weight of a man, 600 Newton, standing inside the elevator? Okay, so ang unang kailangan nating malaman is yung mararamdaman na bigat or yung ma-exert na bigat ng 600 Newton man. So, ano lang natin dito? Weight of man is equals to 600 Newton. So, apparent weight of a 600 Newton man standing inside the elevator during the ascent o yung pagtaas ng elevator. Okay? So, ito kasi meron siyang reaction or let's just say na i-denote natin to as upward. Meron siyang reaction na ma-exert dun sa floor ng iyong elevator. But since yung iyong elevator is umaandar pataas o nagkaano siya ng ascent, ang mangyayari kasi, again, since yung iyong weight ng man, so pasaan niya lagi ang weight, so lagi siyang pababa or towards the center of the earth. So yung weight ng man, which is 600 Newton, ayan. So madadagdagan kasi siya ng ating REF o yung reverse effective force exerted by the weight of the man. Okay? So denote na lang natin siya as, so, kita ba ito sa kabilang side na? Luwag pa pala dito. So, ito yung REF ng men. So, ba't ko nilagyan ng sub M? Kasi guys, from the first statement, meron din kasing weight yung iyong elevator. So, yung weight ng elevator mo is pababa din. Okay? So, which has a value of 9,000 Newton. But since for letter A, ang tinatanong lang naman is yung man, hindi nyo pa isasama yung 9,000 Newton. Ha? Kasi magsasalang sagot. So, ang main concern lang natin dito is yung man o yung tao mismo na nasa loob ng elevator and yung ma-exert niyang force doon sa floor ng elevator mo. Kasi we all know na kung pataas yan, 'Di ba? Pagpataas ng elevator mo, ang feeling mo parang mas bumibigat ka. Okay? So in short, kapag nag-summation tayo ng forces ng y equals to 0, so ito yung magiging ano natin. So let's just say na assuming upward as positive. So yung R, or yung reaction ng man do sa floor, so transpose ko na lang sa kabila ha, para maging positive yung 600, or yung weight, plus yung REF nung man. So that is 600. So plus, ano nga formula ng REF? Where REF is equals to wagwag o WA over G. So ang weight ng man, given naman as 600, times yung acceleration na na-compute natin kanina, which is 5 over 4 over the gravitational acceleration na 9.81. So what will be the force exerted by the man on the floor? So that is 600. So open ko lang yung calculator. So that is 600 plus 600 times 5 divided by 4 and then divided by 9.81. Ayan. So nadagdagan pala yung man ng 76 Newton during the ascent of the elevator. Ascent ba yun? O ascend? Kaya nalilito ako dito eh. Ang alam ko pataas, ascend. 676.4526. 46. So this is in Newton. Ayan, so nasagutan natin yung tinatanong for letter A. Next, for letter B, so which of the following most nearly gives the tension in the supporting cable? Okay? So ito pala guys, para at least hindi natin lang di malito. Ilagay ko na lang to sa tabi ng ano, dito sa gilid. Ito yung acceleration ng elevator, and then dito siguro. Ayan. So this will be the weight of the elevator, which is 9,000 Newton. Okay, ito kasing elevator, as you all know, meron siyang cable na nagsusupport dyan. Okay? So again, ang cable or mga rod or rope, it is always in tension or palabas. Ayan. So siya yung nagbubuhat nung elevator. So dinanote na lang natin to as T. Since doon sa loob ng elevator, merong taong nakasakay dyan, and wala naman sinabi na bumaba yung tao or i-disregard yung weight ng men. So, mangyayari dyan, aside from the weight of the elevator ng 9,000 Newton, isasama mo rin yung weight ng man, which is equals to 600 Newton. Okay? And since dalawa yan, so dalawa rin yung magiging reverse effective force mo. So, yung REF ng weight ng elevator, meron ding REF for the weight of the man, which is yung na-compute nga natin kanina. So, yan na lang natin siguro to. Ayan, gawin kong REF sub M. So, kapag nag-take ka ng summation ng forces ng Y equals to 0, so, the equation will be, so, ito ang gawin natin positive. So, this is T. Meron pa bang ano? Itong R, wala na to kasi ito is yung tanong for letter A. So, ganito siguro yung gawin natin para hindi siya nakakalito. So, ito ibabox ko as green. And then, itong isa, gawin natin siyang pula. Ano pa bang ibang kulay na hindi natin? Itim. Ayan. So, yung tension. Okay, so ano pa ba yung mga pataas na force? So, I think lahat is pababa na. So, first, we have here the weight of the elevator na 9,000 Newton. Plus, yung REF nung elevator. So, that is also downward. Nagtabi-tabi, nag-overlap na siya. So, this is the REF of the elevator. So, which is weight ng elevator, wagwag, times 5 over 4 all over 9.81. And then plus yung weight ng man na 600 plus yung reverse effective force ng man, which is same as this one. So 600 times 5 over 4 over 9.81. So ang pwede ko rin palang ginamit is itong R, ano? So equivalent lang pala to sa R. Which is okay lang naman. Sige. So ang gawin natin, i-keep na lang natin ng 676. So add na lang natin siya ng 9,000 plus 9,000 times 5 divided by 4 divided by 9.81. So the tension in the rope or the cable supporting the elevator is 10,823.2416 0.2416 Newton. Ayan. So ito yung tension sa ating cable if both weight ng elevator and nung man yung i-consider. Pero kapag in-specify sa problem na yung due to the weight of the elevator lang naman, so hindi mo lang isasama tong part na to or yung R. Okay? So please copy first before we proceed with the next problem. Again, I'll give you 2 minutes to copy this problem. You may start. Okay guys, so let's proceed with problem number 3. Okay, so problem number 3, basahin muna natin. So a bullet weighing 5 Newton is fired vertically upward with a velocity of 900 meter per second. If the velocity is 885 meter per second after 1 second, so for letter A, what is the acceleration of the bullet after 1 second? Letter B, what is the average air resistance on the bullet? And letter C, what will be the maximum height will the bullet reach assuming that the air resistance remains constant? Okay, so let's draw first the figure. So guys, meron ka daw ditong bullet. So that bullet has a weight of 5 Newton. Okay? So another thing guys, if paano mo malalaman if under to ng kinetics. So ibinibigay yung weight or yung mass ng bullet mo. Okay, so kung iisipin mo kasi itong problem na to, pwede rin siyang i-classify into a kinematics na problem. Pero since may mga ganyan nga, may binigay na weight, di ba before hindi naman natin ginagamit yung weight ng object o yung particle na ina-analyze natin. So ngayon, binibigay siya as given. Okay? So this problem I think parang kapareho lang nung na previous one. So the first thing that we need to do here is to compute for the acceleration. And sa nakikita ko, this will be a deceleration. Ano? So, bumagal kasi yung bullet. Which is correct naman kasi vertically upward yung projectile niya o yung trajectory ng bullet. So, babagal talaga siya due to the gravitational pull. So, for that, anong given niya? So, the initial velocity is given as 900 meter per second. And the final velocity is 885 meter per second. So the time consumed is 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so what will be the acceleration for this bullet? So the required is the acceleration. So again, we will use the formula na final velocity is equals to initial plus acceleration times time. So this is 885. This is 900. And then plus acceleration times time. So yung time mo nga dito is 1 second. Ayan. So what will be the acceleration? So 885 minus 900. So 5. Okay lang yan. Talagang kinakalki talaga natin yung ganyang 15 pala to. Sorry. Check natin para sure. Okay, so that is negative 15 meter per second squared. Or this is 15 meter per second squared deceleration. So sa pabagal nga siya. Okay, so for letter B, air resistance. So yung air resistance na tinatawag is the resistance due to air. So ganito kasi magiging niya, if i-draw mo yung free body diagram niya. Ayan. Mukha siyang kuko. So yung motion ng bullet mo is pataas, di ba? So ang travel niya is upward. But since yung iyong acceleration is parang ganito yung nangyari sa kanya. Yung acceleration mo kasi since negative yan, deceleration, so pababa. Parang pababa yung motion niya. Though it is traveling upward. Pero yung magnitude ng iyong acceleration will be downward. Okay? Kasi negative value yung nakuha natin eh. So unahin muna natin, ito, meron ka ditong weight na 5 Newton. I-ano na nga natin to? Gawin natin pula. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung pababa yung motion, yung acceleration mo, the reverse effective force here will be in what direction? Again, ang reverse effective force, lagi siyang pasalungat, gaya ng friction. So, yung REF mo dito will be upward. Okay? And then, since we all know that yung motion niya is pataas, ito wag malilito dito ha, kaya ako kasi siya ginawang pababa because of this value, negative kasi nakuha natin, kasi nga, pabagal na yung acceleration ng ano mo. Kaya naging mukhang pabalik. Pero still, yung motion niya is pataas. Okay? So, ayan. Yung reverse effective force pala, nakabase siya dito sa acceleration. Hindi do sa ongoing motion mo. So, kahit pataas kasi yan, so dapat, kung nakabase siya dun sa motion, yung REF mo is pababa. So, yun pala. Another keynote yun. So, dapat nakabase yung REF mo sa acceleration. And then, since yung motion niya, o yung travel niya is pataas, so, kaya nga air resistance, pasalungat siya. Resist. So, ito, yung air resistance, so, i-denote na lang natin siya as R sub A, or the resistance due to air. So, ito yung hinahanap. Okay? Ayan. So, yan yung free body diagram. So, kapag gumawa ka ng equilibrium equation, o using the D'Alembert's principle, when you take summation of forces ng y equals 0, yung REF mo, so again, ang formula ng REF is WA over G, or that will be 5 times 15 all over 9.81. So, minus RA, and then minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, so what will be the resistance due to the air? So, transpose ko lang tong RA. So, that is 5 times 15 divided by 9.81. And then minus 5. So, the answer is 2.64 53. So, that is in Newton. Okay? Ayan. So, last, for letter C. So, what will be the maximum height will the bullet reach assuming that the air resistance remains constant? So again, ang mangyayari dito, parang babalik ulit tayo sa kinematics na part ng solution. So paano ba masosolve yung... So to solve for letter C, so I think mas magandang gamitin natin formula natin dito is yung Botox or yung BF squared is equals to BO squared plus 2A S. Ayan. So, again, we all know that kapag na-reach mo yung maximum height, di ba, yun nangyayari doon sa object mo, is parang momentarily, tumitigil siya doon sa peak o doon sa highest point. So, the final velocity of this will be equals to 0. Okay? And, since given naman yung initial velocity na 900, so 900 squared, and then plus 2, so since deceleration yan, dapat pala ito ginawa kong minus. Ano? Ayan. So, minus 2 times 15, and then yung S natin. So, the maximum height reached by this bullet is 900 squared divided by 30. So, that is 27,000 meter, or that is 27 kilometers. Okay, so guys, again, I'll give you 2 minutes to copy the solution, so you may start copying. Okay, so let's proceed with the next problem. Okay, so let's proceed with the problem number 4. So two blocks A and B are released from rest on a 30-degree inclined when they are 15 meters apart. The coefficient of friction under the upper block A, this one, is 0.2, and that the lower block B is 0.4. So compute the following. Letter A, acceleration of block A, Letter B, acceleration of block B. And letter C, elapsed time until the block touch with each other. Okay, so ang kwento kasi niyan guys, itong block A and block B, meron silang gap between sa isa't isa, between each other. So their distance is 15 meters. So the inclination of the inclined surface is given as 30 degrees. So the scenario is, yung block A mo kasi, yung ilalim niya, ay merong coefficient of friction of 0.2. And the lower block has a coefficient of friction of 0.4. Meaning, yung bottom surface ng block B is rougher compared to block A. So, ibig sabihin, though itong block B may tendency talaga siyang gumalaw, kaso mabagal. Ano? Kasi, or slow, because yung surface ng block B is 0.4 yung coefficient of friction niya, meaning rougher yung surface ni block B compare kay block A. So the tendency is makakapag-catch up yung block A even though 15 meter apart yung block A compared to block B. So mangyayari dyan, ganito yung kakahinat na nung dalawa. Ayan. Maglalapat yung dalawa. Ayan. So, at a certain time t, magaganyanan yung dalawa. Okay? So, I will just let this distance, ayan, denote na lang natin siya as distance S. Kasi gagamitan natin yung relationship na yan later on. Okay, so let's start first with block A. So, let's just maximize this drawing or enlarge. So, in order for us to determine the forces acting at this block A. So, consider block A. So, again, gagawin ko lang siya ng reference axis. Ayan, i-locate lang natin yung center niya sa centroid. Sa center of gravity. Ito. Okay, so yung weight ni block A, so walang binigay sa problem, pero gawin natin, i-denote ko na lang siya as WA. Ano bang kulay ang pwede natin gamitin? Sige, blue na lang. Ayan. So again, ang weight is always acting vertically downward. Okay, so this is 30 degrees. Therefore, eto, this is also equals to 30 degrees. And then, knowing that this is weight, again, yung normal force natin is always perpendicular with respect to the surface. So, I will let this as my N sub A, or the normal force of block A. And then, the motion of this block is going downward or in this direction. So I will let that as my A sub A. Okay, so if that is the direction of your block, therefore the reverse effective force is going in this direction. So that is my REF of block A. So that is WA over G. So this is A. Ayan. Ano pa ba yung force na ano natin? Ayan. So, don't forget also, we have the frictional force. Ayan, since may given na coefficient of friction. So, same direction lang nung sa iyong REF. So, this is the frictional force of block A. So, that is mu. Given naman yung coefficient of friction ni A times NA. Ayan. So, I think we can now solve the unknowns in block A. So, let's start with the summation of forces Y. So, itong gawin nating Y, and then ito yung gawin nating X. So, in summation of forces Y, so, hindi pa natin gagamitin dyan yung REF o yung dynamic equilibrium equation, yung D'Alembert's. So, we're just using summation of forces Y in order for us to solve for NA with respect to sa value ng weight ng A yung block A, which is denoted as W sub A. Since wala namang binigay sa problem. Pero I think, maka-cancel kasi ito eh. So, going in this direction as positive. So, our NA, or the normal force, is equals to sa WA cosine 30 degrees. Okay? And the next, assuming in this direction as positive, so take summation of forces x equals to 0. So, alin ba may ganun direction? So, ito si WA. Ito, yung x component nito So, that is WA sine 30. And then the rest ay puro pag ano na, or negative. So, i-ano ko na lang dito guys, i-transpose ko sa kabila. So, that will be WA times acceleration ni block A. Itong REF yung sinusulat ko. Over, so SI siya, 9.81. And then yung frictional force, so plus, kasi negative dito, transpose ko kabila, kaya naging positive. So plus, mu sub A, so yung coefficient of friction ng block A, 0.2, times WA cosine 30, or yung N sub A. WA cosine 30. Kita ba doon sa OBS? So 30 yun guys na ano na lang pala. So cosine 30. So since common yung WA in both sides of the equation, so I can cancel out this term. So this is cosine 30, hindi lang ita doon sa OBS. Okay, so we can now solve for the acceleration in block A. So ano ba? Sige, i-simplify natin. So this is sine 30 minus 0.2 cosine 30 and then multiply by 9.81. Ayan. So what is the acceleration of block A? So pindutin lang natin sa calculator. So that is 9.81 times sine 30 minus 0.2 cosine 30. So the acceleration of block A is 3.2059 meter per second squared. So guys, ganun lang din yung gagawin nyo sa block B. So same figure, ang ilalagay mo lang ng mga given is yung para sa block B. So, hindi ko na i-drawing ang gagawin ko lang guys is gagayahin ko lang to. And then ang papalitan ko lang actually dito is yung coefficient of friction eh. Kasi ito, yun lang din yun, magiging bilang siya. Tama? So, kayo na lang bahala mag-draw ng figure. But then again, sabi ko nga, as I've said, same figure, the only difference is the coefficient of friction. And some of the variables, itong A, this will become letter B. And also for this REF, frictional force. So what I'm going to do, again, is to just copy this and change these values to B. And the coefficient friction from 0.2, it will be equals to 0.4 lang. So dito na lang. So consider block B. So take summation of forces of y equals to 0. So this is NB WB cosine 30. And when you take summation of forces x, so skip ko na tong part na to ito na lang yung gagawin ko. So that will be equals lang sa A sub B. So 9.81 times the quantity of sine 30 minus, so again, this is the only part that we're going to change for this equation. So that instead of 0.2, that will be 0.4. Sine 30. Or that will be equals to, so 9.81. So edit ko na lang tong equation na to. So instead of 0.2, that will be 0.4. So the acceleration is 1.5 067. Ayan. So from our analysis, tama naman yung makukuha natin sagot. Ano? Sabi ko nga, the acceleration of B is slower compared to block A. Since yung coefficient of friction nila, again, yung block B mo is rougher compared to block A. Ayan. So last, what is the elapsed time until the block touches? So ito, kinematic part. So again, you have the three formulas. Alin ba dun yung gagamitin natin? So, ang mangyayari lang dito guys, i-relate nyo yung mga distances nila. Yung distance traveled by block A, ito. Ang mangyayari lang dyan, if you're going to analyze the figure, yung block A mo kasi, ito yung total na travel niya. Ano? Or that will be 15 plus S. While for block B, that will be equals lang sa S. So, mangyayari dito guys is, we're going to make an equation for distance S, considering yung block B. And then, once nakuha tayo ng equation with respect to sa S, sasaksak natin siya dito. Okay? So, ito muna ulit. So, ano pa yung pwede natin gamitin equation? Since meron tayong acceleration, ayan. So, and we all know that yung time ng B is just equals lang sa time ng A. So, gawin na lang natin siya as time T. Right? So, POT. And, if you're going to read again the problem, release from rest, meaning yung initial velocity nila is 0. So, I think yung the best na formula na gamitin dito is yung S is equals to VOT plus 1/2 of AT squared. Okay? Ayan. So, again, itong S na to, sorry. So, S is just equals to 0 kasi 0 coming from rest, walang initial velocity. And then plus 1/2 of acceleration ni block B na 1.5067. And then this one will be T squared. Okay, so next, considering block block A. So yung block A mo is 15 plus, again, itong S na to, or that will be 1/2 of 1.5067 T squared is equals to yung initial velocity ni block A, but since both start from rest, so this part will be equals to 0 plus 1/2, so 1/2 AT squared. So for block A, that is 3.2059, and then T squared. Okay, so from this equation, solve natin yung value ng T. So this part, transpose mo lang, pagsamahin mo yung common terms, and then, ayan. Pero siguro, I think, mas maganda kung mag-shift solve na lang tayo dito. 15 plus times 1.5067 times x squared. So, hindi ko na to sinimplify, guys, ha. At this was already discussed sa kinematics, yung first part ng discussion. So, pa-review na lang. But, again, I'm expecting na alam nyo na tong sa part na to. Plus 1/2 times 3.2059 times x squared. So, shift solve. Lagay ka lang ng positive value. So, let's just say na 5 seconds. Ayan. So, the elapsed time until the two block touches is 4.2018 seconds. Alright. So, I'll give you, mahaba to, 3 minutes to copy this solution. So, you may start copying. So, lagyan ko lang ng mga border, So, yung test paper ko noon, ganito yung itsura niya. Ayan. Paikot-ikot kasi yung solution ko before. So, ginagawa ko para hindi malito si Sir Jake kapag nag-check ng test paper ko. Pero actually, yung aking yung isa sa pinaka-organized. Nilalagyan ko ng ganyan. Step number 1. step number 2. And then step 3. Ayan. So, kahit hindi sila sunod-sunod o hindi nakalatag ng ayos, ito lang yung hahanapin mo. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, so let's proceed with the next problem. Okay guys, so problem number 5. Let's read the problem. Determine the acceleration of the body shown if the coefficient of friction is 0.1 between the cable and the fixed drum. Ayan. So, may binigay na coefficient of friction, meaning the tension in side A is different from the tension in side B. So, block A weighs 200 Newton and B weighs 100 Newton. Determine the tension in each side of the cable. Okay, so first, we will analyze how will the drum move and in what direction is the block going to. So, it's either yung A is tataas and bababa si B, or tataas si B and A is bababa or it will descend. So, ano ba yung mga factor na kailangan nating i-check or magamit in order for us to know how will the block move? So, isang bagay na pwede mong gamitin dito is yung weight. So, hindi pala isang bagay. This is the only analysis na pwede mong gawin sa kanya. So, yung weight kasi ng block A is 200 Newton. And block B weighs 100 Newton, meaning block A is heavier compared to block B. So, the tendency is yung acceleration ni block A is going in this direction. So, acceleration ni block A and yung acceleration ni block B is going upward. Acceleration ni block B. Okay? So, kung gagawa ng free body diagram, ito kasi, puputulin natin yan. Ano? Okay? So, this will be the tension in block B and this is the tension of block A. Okay? So, what other forces are involved in this problem? So, we have the weight of block A and we have the weight of block B. So, yung weight ni block A, again, lahat naman yan, or both, is going or directed downward or to the center of the earth. So, WA is 200 Newton and WB is 100 Newton. Okay. But since may binigay din coefficient kasi of friction between the sa cable and the sa drum. Ito kasi may roughness yan. Ano? So, ibig sabihin, magkaiba yung value ni TA and ni TB. And ano nga yung formula or what is the equation for the, ano nga tawag dito? Problem with, ano nga yung term sa friction? Bulk friction. Yun. So, ano nga yung working equation natin? Diba TA or T1 over T2 is equals to E raised to mu times beta. And yung beta mo is the contact angle between the two surface. So for this, obviously, ang angle na pinag-uusapan dito ay ito. So from this point up to this point. So ano yung angle na yan? So tama. So the angle of that is equals to 180 degrees. Yung contact angle ito yung sinasabing 180. Ayan, yung tinamaan or yung may contact between the cable and yung sa ating drum. Ito yung drum na tinatawag. Pwede rin pulley. Ayan. Okay, so ano yung gagamitin natin as T1? Again, yung nasa ibabaw or the T1, this is the higher value nung iyong tension. So this will be our TA and yung T2 will be the value for TB. So our working equation, one working equation here is TA is equals to TB times E raised to mu beta. Again, beta should be in radian. So, itong 180 degrees, you need to convert that first to radian. Okay? So, siguro, mas maganda if ayan. So, let's name this as our free body diagram ni B. And this one will be the free body diagram of our block A. So let's start first with B. So considering FBD of block B, so we will take summation of forces ng Y equals to 0. So wala namang in X direction yan, assuming upward direction as positive. So if pataas yung motion or yung acceleration mo, so the reverse effective force of block B is downward. Tama? Ayan. So, ba't natin kinonsider yung REF? Kasi dito na nga papasok yung dynamic equilibrium. So, pataas is positive. So, we have tension B. So, equals ko na to Kasi ito is pababa. So, negative. So, kapag tinranspose mo sa kabilang side, magiging positive. Or, same as for the weight. So, that is 100 plus the REF na 100 times the acceleration ni block B all over G. Ano ba to? SI, so over 9.81. Okay. So, I will let this as equation number 1, this one as our equation number 2. Next, what other equation are we going to use? So, this time, consider free body diagram of block A. So, ganun lang din. Take summation of forces ng Y equals to 0. So, we have TA. So, since pababa yung acceleration niya, the reverse effective force is going upward. So, this is the REF for block A. This is for B. So, with that, we have TA is equals, so 200. So, since positive dito yung REF, nung nilipat ko sa kabila, magiging minus, negative. 200 times acceleration ni block A over 9.81. Okay? So, this will be our equation number 3. Ayan. So, 3 equation, 3 unknown ang kaapataan yan. So, i-arrange lang natin para mas madali siyang isaksak sa algebra. Okay, so rearrange lang natin to ng mas maganda. So, ano ba magandang iunang term? So, TA, TB. So, i-simplify muna pala natin to. Lagyan natin ng value. So, TA is equals to TB of E raised to mu na 0.1 times the beta. So, 180 degrees. So again, convert mo siya to radian. So 2 pi r over... so, ba't may r? So 2 pi over 360. Or pwede rin i-diretso mo na pi over 180. Simplify mo siya. So ano yung numerical value nito? So that is E. Nasaan ba yung E dito? Ayan. Ayun, ayaw gumana. 0.1 times 180 times 2 pi divided by 360. So 1.3691. 1.3691 of TB. So this will be our equation 1a. Okay. So ito guys, kung mapapansin nyo, ito rin naman kasi siya. Hindi naman kasi pwedeng mas mabilis tong acceleration A compared dun kay AB kasi magkadugsong lang sila. Meaning, naparami pala yung unknown ko. Yung acceleration ni block A and acceleration ni B is iisa. So ang gawin ko na lang, i-denote ko sila as both acceleration. Again, this is a system of cable. One system of cable, meaning the acceleration on this part is equals lang sa acceleration ni block A. So ibang usapan guys if ganun yung makikita nyo sa hindi bastos yan. If ganun yung makikita nyo na system of pulley. Kasi magkakaiba-iba yung value ng tension dyan. Ito T, ito T. Ito. So kung ito'y TT, ito'y TT, ito ay 2T. Tama? Ayun. So parang ganun ba yung natin? Okay, pero since ito naman is magkadugsong, iisa yung nila, T. Or magkaiba yung value, pero yung motion niya is the same. So the acceleration at point A and B is equals. So let's just denote that as acceleration of A. So what will happen here in our equation? So tanggalin na lang natin to Ayan. So kaya ako nasabi na 3 equation, 3 unknown siya. Or kung gusto nyo, para hindi na tayo pwede nyo itong pindutin sa ALQ Ang gagawin nyo lang yung form na i-rearrange nyo siya. Yung AX plus BX plus BY plus CZ is equals to yung mga constant. So ipakita natin ang dalawang solution. Pero manually na lang natin to. So itong equation 2 and 3, substitute ko lang dito para makakuha tayo ng value for the acceleration. So ito, substitute lang natin. Yung TA is equals to this one. So 200 minus 200 times the acceleration A all over 9.81. So equals to 1.3691 multiply by 100 plus 100 times the acceleration over 9.81. So what will be the acceleration? So that is 200 minus 200 alpha x divided by 9.81. So equals to 1.3691 times 100 plus 100 times x divided by 9.81. So shift solve, maglagay ka lang ng value. Sige, yan na lang ulit. So the acceleration is 1.8370. 1.8370. So this is in SI meter per second squared. So we have now the value for the acceleration. So we can now solve for the tension A and tension B. So yung acceleration, substitute mo lang dito sa equation 2 and equation 3. para makuha yung sagot. Ayan. So, yung TB natin, so substitute mo lang dito, or that will be equals lang sa 100. Yung answer na nga. So, 100 plus 100. Store nyo lagi ha. Nakakalimutan ko lang. 1.8370. Then divided by 9.81. Okay, so the tension in B is 118.7258. 72. So this is in Newton. Okay. Ayan. And for cable A, so that is 200 minus 200 times 1.8370 divided by 9.81. So that is 162.5484. 5484. Right. So again, guys, please copy. I'll give you 2 minutes to copy, so you may start. Tama. Okay, guys, so see you on our next video lecture, next set of problems. So thank you.